But we start tonight with a personal story about the opioid epidemic. Hampton Roads is not immune to the national trend of overdoses and deaths.
One of those tragedies happened recently in Virginia Beach. Lavair Randle was 58 years old. He was about to get help when his family got the heartbreaking call. 10 on your side's Michelle Wolf has their message to you about this dangerous drug.
58-year-old Lavair Randle has battled addiction for 3 decades. He was on his way to rehab when he died of an overdose last month. His body was found next to this fire hydrant on Loretta Lane.
And just imagining his last moment, and sitting against the fire hydrant, what was going on in his head? What was he thinking? What happened? It just plays over and over in my head.
4 days ago, Loretta Randle buried her brother.
When you first find out, you go through that shock and you just can't think. Everything else around you just doesn't exist.
She was out to breakfast with friends last month when she got the call from Virginia Beach police. Her older brother Lavair overdosed on crack cocaine laced with fentanyl. His body was found by another addict who called for help. Randle's brother and 2 others died from the same batch that day, prompting police to issue a call to action.
So the tears they just come. They just come out of nowhere.
Randle tells us Lavair's addiction started when they were teens living in Chicago. Her brother was sitting on the edge of an open window and fell several feet to the ground, injuring his shoulder and head, resulting in chronic pain. She was one of the first in the family to learn of Lavair's addiction to drugs and would secretly accompany him to rehab. Those meetings, Randle says, inspired her to become a substance abuse counselor, devoting her life to helping those like Lavair.
Each person that's addicted to drug has a different story. It's not all what the stereotype thinks. They all come from accidents. I'm grateful for the relationship that I had with him because no matter where I go, no matter what city I move to, what state I move to, there is addiction. And everywhere I go from this point on, I will be thinking about my brother.
Randle's message to those with a loved one battling addiction: have hope and be kind.
There is no more suffering. There is no more wandering, So the only thing that's left to get is closure.
As a substance abuse counselor, Loretta Randle says addiction does not discriminate. We have information on resources on wavy.com. In Virginia Beach, Michelle Wolf, 10 on your side.
And here are those resources Michelle mentioned. We're on your side, helping fight the opioid crisis in Hampton Roads.
Just click on the news tab of wavy.com and go to the opioid addiction page. You can read our previous stories and the latest headlines about the drug.